Yep, I've got this.
Good morning. Today we are going to do a full service on our motorhome. As you can see, I've already got all the parts and the oil. This is the proper oil for the Fiat because it's the C2. You make sure that it's got the 9.55535 S1. That's for these engines. Fully synthetic 530, as you can see. I think this takes anywhere between 6 to 7 litres. Don't know, never done it before, only what I've been researching on. So I've got plenty of oil. We have a fuel filter, oil filter, even splashed out on a new drain plug for it, only £4. New air filter, and we also have a cabin filter, or a pollen filter, which I'm not sure if it's ever been changed, I'm not sure, so we're just going to do that anyway. It was about £130 all in for all the oil and all the filters. So yeah, let's get cracking. First things first is we got an under tray on ours. I'm sure it is on most of yours as well. Excuse me. So it's just this plastic under tray. So let's get that off, and then that allows us access to the sump plug and the oil filter. And that's the under tray. Looks like we had a bit of a leak from our sump plug. Probably from the gasket. Not sure if they changed the copper gasket on it, but
there we go.
I will be doing that.
Good thing we're changing it then.
And yeah, they hadn't. See, this is why I like to do it myself. You put it into a garage, they don't put things on properly, things are leaking. Do things yourself, guys. At least you know it's bloody done right.
That's why these videos help, hopefully.
Right, so that's all the screws out of there. Lovely. Let's put that to the side.
Don't need that no more.
Don't need that no more.
Not for a while anyway.
And let me just go underneath with you. It's a bit tight. And let me show you what I can see. Right. So we're underneath. I can't even really see you. Right, well underneath. Not looking too bad. There's your oil filter. I'm not sure what one is on there. We've got a new one to replace that. And come underneath. And there's your sump plug. As you can see, look. You've got a bit of oil leaking from somewhere. Let's look at the back. Oof. Make sure it's not leaking from like a gasket or anything, but no, all looks good. Looks like it's just that. Looks like it's a new sump plug in it, if I'm honest, but looks like one of them screw-in ones rather than one that's got a gasket on it. But anyway, all looks pretty good. Here's your cooling fans. Radiator looks good. Aircon radiator looks good. Turbo looks good. Oh, looks like we've got a bit of oil up there as well. What's that leaking from? There's a bit of oil leakage from that unit, whatever unit that is, but it's not too bad. Start the motor. Yeah, anyway, let's get that oil filter off. I think this is a 12mm hex nut, I think it was called. Should just fit in there like that. So that's the sort of thing that we're after. It's like, or you can use an Allen key, I suppose. I've got it linked up to a 1/2 inch ratchet. So it goes on like that. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. So here we are, draining. Picked up a new sump plug. It looks relatively new anyway, but I don't think that gasket was doing anything because it's not a copper one. So I don't know, as you can see, it was leaking. But bought a new one. If you go for this model, PK1405 from BJA, BJ Automotive, there are other brands available. Comes with a new copper washer, which actually you can only use once because when you do tighten it up or torque it up, it squashes to create your seal. And then that will be used then with the same end like that. Just to reiterate. Oh no, it's the wrong way round. Oh, this was the wrong way round, which is fine. I'll just have to use an Allen key for that then. Quite handy that I have brought said Allen keys in my block that I made. Ugh. I got all my selection of Allen keys and Torx, all with their things on it, sizes. So is this a 6? That looks like an 8. It's not even an 8, I think it's a 10. It's a big boy, so that was a 10. So I'll just use that just to dip it up instead. Once it's finished draining. So that's the oil done. And we have a new sun plug and copper washer all tightened up nice. Now we shall do the oil filter. And this one doesn't seem too bad. I think I had a go at it. See if I can take it off. Let's get the ball again. And screw the oil filter. Sometimes they're quite hard to get off, but this one doesn't seem too bad. But what I'll do, then get my oil filter straps. There's a couple available. Depends which one you have. I still got a lot of my stuff when I used to work in a garage. See if they work. That one's too small. And that's the boy there. Just put that on there and just pull. And as you can see, it makes like work of it, but there are others available. You just make sure that you can catch it. And it comes through like that. There's only a bit in there. There you go, the one was on it was a nappy. I think that's what I'm replacing it with. Have I got nappies? No. But anyway, nappy NFO 3107. If that's your oil filter of choice, that's what fits on here. Comline EOF 228. And this seal is dry, so you always make sure that you can use fresh oil or whichever, as long as you lubricate it before you put the new one on. There's no reason to pre-fill. Some people like to pre-fill the oil filters, but with this it's not so easy because it's at the side, so by the time you fill it up and tip it to the side, it's all going to tip out. So pre-lube that, and what I like to do is make sure that the surface area is nice and clean. So I've got some brake cleaner. Just make sure it's nice and clean. Make sure the other rubber gasket has come away with the other oil filter. You don't want to put two gaskets on because it'll leak. So just clean up the mating surface so it looks a bit like that. Hopefully you guys can see it. Nice and clean. Put you back in the right position. I think it's there. And now with that all cleaned, that can screw on. Be careful not to cross thread it. There, and you just nip it up. Not too tight. Use your hand tight, there's plenty. That will be plenty. And as easy as that. And then just clean up the area that you spilt a bit on maybe, just so you know if there's any leaks, oil leaks or anything like that. And it's just a more professional job. Just give everything just a final wipe. And there we go. Proper job. That's the oil filter done. Let's, I won't put the cover on yet. I'm gonna fill it up with oil, start it up, get the level right, check for leaks. Then if there's no leaks, then I'll put the cover back on. Cool. Right, that's the oil done and spot on the level. Now we'll do the air filter. So if you come in here, you'll see that this round, not sure if you can see it, this round plastic apparatus is the air filter. It has 4 of these, 8 mils. Take them off. I use a ratchet with a wibbly wobbly on it, just easy to get to. So take your 4 bolts out and then the lid comes out. And then in there is your air filter, which looks not too bad. But we'll look at it up against the new one. So, not too bad, but needs change. I think it was changed 2 years ago, maybe. I don't think it changed last year. I hope not. So I think that was about 2 years, so that's due a change. It's quite easy. They just slot in and slot out. Make sure you got some leaves in there. So I go and hoover them out. Done. It just slides back inside. It's got a little hole there that it has to go over like that. And then your lid just goes on the top with another locator circle in the middle. That goes obviously in the middle of there. Okay, let's take all these back in. Whew. That's the air filter on. Next, fuel filter. So to replace this fuel filter, we have to take this headlight assembly out because that's where your fuel filter is there. So to make easier access, let's take this off. There you go, on the T30. One here. And one here. Weird one, isn't it? Put that by there. Just the two, and then you have a socket then, come on the back, it's an electrical socket. This thing here. And also the thing just pops up. Can't remember how it comes off. It might come towards you. Like that, and then just comes off. And this then it slides on, so it slides off this way. So when you do take it, slide it towards you, like that. And that's how you take your headlight out. And put it somewhere safe. Gives you a bit more access to your fuel filter, as you can see. We come out here, I show it's just a 10 mil by there, and then just these two, and I presume that's it. So let's take off that clamp first, 10 mil. Make sure you don't drop it. Really upset you if it did. Might release this. Give me a bit more wiggle room, flat blade screwdriver. I've never done this before, so looks pretty straightforward though, doesn't it, guys? And this clip here, just let that breathe. Not sure what that was doing.
Trying to do the side here.
Right, so these, I believe they're just push in and then they come off. There, there's one. They got these two green on here. You got two green tabs one there, one the other side. You just squeeze them together and then it pops off. Same with the other side. There you go. Pull this clamp away. And these shouldn't have any wires underneath. Here's your clamp for it. Shouldn't have any wires underneath on this one. And it does. So we're going to have to swap all that over. So you just lift up that clip. Lift that clip up and it just slides off. What was that? 2 minutes, if that? Yeah. Okay. Be careful because it is full of diesel, which I might try to empty into our other box into here.
Diesel being wasted.
Yeah. I just unscrew this because this needs to be put onto our other one. Could put that in the other one really, but a new rubber washer. I think it comes with a new rubber washer. So here's our new one. Comline EFF 156. You can see it looks identical. But with this you need to take off this bottom bit. It's usually like a water drain. That seal, use that seal on your new one. You take this off. My screwdriver. And then use the one that came with it. Come off easy enough. Then put that back onto there like that. Should actually fit inside its little home like that. And then with that, then you just screw that into here. Oh, it doesn't screw into there. Right, this is now the correct one. Because last time, this with the sensors on the bottom of our old one we took off, which is over there, has one of these. Yet the filter that we ordered, which obviously I've already shown you the part number, this wouldn't fit in. It'd only go into about that much. So we need one, goes all the way in. Anyway.
Because there's a few that do the same style. Yeah.
So the one that we actually need is EFF 281D. And that is for a 2015 Fiat Ducato 2.3 130 brake horsepower.
But
Campermatic.
there were a couple of Campermatics.
Oh, right, okay.
It's the actual part number on that you need, because it's off a blueprint.
Yes, or we know which one it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, now this, with the new seal that comes in the box, now can go all the way in.
Thank God for that.
Not too tight, there's only a rubber washer. And that's it. Take your two ends off. And fit.
Everything back in reverse.
And everything back in reverse. So let's see if we can put this in first. And then put this on. That way. No. That little clamp bit is for the bleed. So it fits inside. Here's your bleed, look. And it's as if that fits in there to hold that into position. So with that done, as you can see, I've never done this before, so I'm doing it on the job. That's our clamps up tight. Now this can go on to here. They're two sizes, so you can't really get them wrong. Just push them on until they click. And that's that. All your pipes secured again, whatever they were. Right. Now I'm going to go in and going to prime it a couple of times. Doing that means I put the ignition on and you should hear the pump pumping. And then it stops, and then switch it off, switch it back on, let it pump again, let it prime, fill the fuel filter with fuel until the pumping gets quieter. Because it's pumping really, really fast, it'd be maybe quite loud, but then after this come up to pressure, then it quietens off. So we'll have a look. It has got a bleed, but I haven't seen anybody else bleeding them, so we'll just see how it goes. So you just look at that, make sure we don't get no leaks. Okay now. I got an engine management light on now. We didn't put the connectors in the bottom of the fuel folder, did we?
I said you didn't need to connect it up, and you said no. I did say.
You was on about that? I thought you meant on the
No.
top. I do apologise. I didn't know what you meant. Sorry. Maybe I can find them. I can connect them up. Yeah, all okay. The missus was correct. I did forget a lead underneath. The connection underneath, I did forget that. So it wasn't too bad. I managed to get my hand in and push it back up. So I do apologise to Mrs. S. I wasn't quite sure what you were on about. I thought you meant the connectors, but anyway. So let's put all this back together.
So how to put it back on then?
Yeah, if you look down here, it's where it slides into. Up and under here, you have a look. I think it's these. The one slides in there, and the other one slides in here. So it slides like that way along the body of the vehicle. Just like that. And then your two holes line up. So put this weird dude back in. One more right here. There, and connect the cable up at the back. Just goes on. Push it in, done. It hopefully start up now, we'll have no engine management lights.
Done?
All done.
To reset the codes.
I accidentally left that lead off the bottom, that whatever's called connector, off the bottom of the fuel filter, and then started it up, flagged up an engine management light. But I got my code reader, reset it, school by hour,
Done.
all done, all sorted,
On to the next thing.
and running lovely. Right, so that's everything done. That's the fuel filter done, headlamp put back on, oil's good. Check the brake fluid, that's up to its high level. The coolant is good, it's about halfway. When it warms up, it goes up to the max mark, so that's fine. You can check your power steering fluid. It's under this cover here. There's 3 little tabs. Just turn them a quarter turn. And this comes off. So it gives you access to your expansion tank to do your radiator, your coolant. Here is your power steering fluid. Down the bottom here, you've got your min and your max mark. Just give it a shake. Ours is on the max mark. And your screen wash. These are good because they got a little funnel. Just pull it out. It's not the best, but it's done. And this is the stuff I use. I've already done it. This is the stuff we use in our cars as well, all year round. And it's also really good in the winter because it doesn't freeze. So you can still use it to clear your screen or do whatever because it doesn't freeze at 0 degrees. I think it's like -10. But it's really good in the summer. It cleans your windscreen streak free as long as you've got good windscreen wipers. And yeah, so that's the stuff that we use. So under the bonnet, everything is good. So let's put this cover back on.
And why was the reason we had to do the service? Or one of the reasons we had to do the service?
Because it was...
We're off to France.
Ah, I thought because it was due, but no.
As well?
Well, yeah, it's due, and we're off to France in 6 weeks, 5 weeks. So,
You want to be able to use the van a bit first?
yeah.
Now.
So I want to do the service and then use it a couple of times, make sure it's all good before we actually go over. It'd be perfectly fine. I just worry too much and I want to make sure that things are good.
Yeah.
Right, so under the bonnet, it's done. Now inside for pollen filter.
Yeah.
Right, that's everything outside done. Now it's time for the pollen filter. And I believe that it's behind here. Somewhere under the glove box, but I believe ours is here. So I think it's just a couple of clips. There. And this out of here. I believe there's one underneath this pad. And it's a T20, looks like a T20. Yeah. Let's use the train. I can't really put it out. Right, and let's see how this comes out. Oh. Like that. Like somebody's upgraded this. Oh yeah, they upgraded this. This used to be a USB socket. I think they've changed it now, so it gives the radio power all the time with the ignition off, so it gives it a constant live. Looks like that's what somebody's done. Looks like it's two. I think it's one here. Let's take that one out. One there. Don't really easy to change the pollen filter, do they?
No, it hasn't done for a while.
Oh, looks like it. Oh, two under there.
Goodness me.
Jeez.
There you go.
There you go.
You got it. Do you want to show under there then?
Whew. Right, so that's where we are. Ignore these. And then we have, it looks like two. Looks like that one there and that one there. And this just unclips and it's in there.
What size is it?
732s or 5.5. What the hell? What sort of sizes are those? Anyway, I got my cheapy ass set from Watt.
It does the job.
They do the job. They're just like a backup set. I've got proper snap-on tools that I use, that I have just been using to service it. So that's a bit of persuasion. There you go.
Look at the state of that.
let's take it outside and I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. There's the one that come off it. That's from down there in that bloody tree, that is.
Yeah.
This hasn't been changed in a while. And this is what a clean one looks like.
Look how beautiful that is. Right.
Right, yes, so if you wanted to know what
We bought.
what we fitted, it's the M2065 and it's a Bosch. And then this literally just fits just up and in. Like that. And that's it. All that for that.
Now just put it all back
Now
together.
they put it back together, and by the magic of video, that is all done. And God, wow, that was filthy. Right, I think that's it. I think that's the full service or major service done. I might check the brakes and everything. Check the tyres earlier; they were good. I need to do the tyre pressures. But yeah, all good. So I hope that hope this video helps. Maybe I made a few mistakes myself, but obviously I've never done it on here before. But all got sorted, all got fixed. If you like what you've seen, please like and subscribe, and comment, and yeah, consider following us. Thank you. See you again, guys.
Yep, I've got this.